Hi everyone in English 1301, it's Dr. E and I'm here with your week 15 instructional video. So hopefully you had a good week last week and you're coming back a little refreshed. I know it can be kind of hard to relax, hit the reset button, and then jump right back into, a lot. We have a lot going on at this point in the semester. You have finals coming up in your other classes, you have our multimedia project, so just try to push on through because you are so close to being finished. So let's look at what we have going on this week. But the first thing I want to kind of remind us of is that on the left-hand side here, we have quite a few different modules, one of which is the MLA help module. And this is just a space where I've put everything related to MLA, including examples with Choi's work, because I know her work can be a bit confusing because she cites so many sources. So it's helpful to get a sense of how to cite those sources correctly because, MLA is the worst. It is confusing. It is nitpicky. The regulations and requirements can just be a bit overwhelming. So that's why you have all of this information here, including a link to the Purdue Online Writing Lab website for more examples and information. But I've tried to provide some helpful links and citations and things like that. I want to note that probably the most in terms of comments and feedback that I offered on the multimedia project plans related to MLA, because you do need quotes in that second paragraph, but we need to follow MLA formatting guidelines. I don't want you leaving this course without, a good grasp on not necessarily being an expert in MLA, but knowing where to find examples and answers to your questions related to how you cite sources in academic writing. So just make sure that you're reviewing those guidelines, letting me know if you have any questions, etc. And don't forget that when it comes to looking at the feedback for your multimedia project plans, just go up to course activities here and click on assignments. I left feedback in the text box, so you should actually see feedback here when it comes to that assignment. You'll see your grade as well as the feedback that is offered for that. So, and if you don't, just click on it and see. But from what I understand, in terms of what you see as students, it should be over here. Yeah, so I'm going to jump it back to the content area and go to our weekly module, which is pretty straightforward. So complete your multimedia project, right? Make sure that you complete any bonus work that you would like, because the last day for that is going to be December 8th. So I don't round up. I don't, there are just so many grades to finalize. Forgive the dog barking. Hold on. Whew, my patience is wearing thin. Anyhow, sorry about that. So make sure that you take every opportunity to earn bonus credit. If you are concerned about being on the cusp of one grade to another, now we still have some pretty big outstanding grades that need to be included in the grade book, including the multimedia project, right, which is worth quite a bit. So just make sure that you're double checking those guidelines and doing everything you can to get the best possible grade. And I want you to keep an eye on the grade book to let me know if you have any questions about specific grades. Just as I start to finalize those and get those updated. We're so close to the end of the semester, so if you see something in the gradebook that has you questioning things, reach out to me before I have the kind of grading fever, right, to finish the semester. So I want to make sure that I get back to you and ease your mind about any concerns you have. So you're watching the weekly instructional video. Take a look at the feedback for your multimedia project plans. I just showed you where to go and what to do. The multimedia project is going to be in the discussion post area. So you need to submit your project there by Thursday, and then any bonus credit is also due Thursday. So this is one of those examples when there's not a grace period for uploading your work, because we need time for everybody to take a look at your work and respond, right? Because part of your grade is responding to others. And it means engaging with their ideas. So it definitely means more than just kind of oh, good job, this is a great project, or something that's very general, right? You want to be specific with your feedback and offer, just your honest feedback, but you're not grading one another. You're not noticing what they may have done incorrectly. You're offering feedback about what they've created, right? All right. And I've also included for next week, just so that we have a full view because we're so close to the end, right? I need you to double check that your project was properly uploaded. It is your responsibility. You may see that people have replied to you and said, hey, I see your paragraphs, but I can't download the file that you uploaded or whatever. It's your responsibility to make sure that happens, especially because if they cannot download your work, I can't grade it because I can't download it, right? So just make sure that everything has uploaded properly. And please do not email me regarding missed assignments or anything like that. This is the time when, people start freaking out about their grades and start panicking and get desperate and will reach out to professors with any and all pleas for forgiveness and whatnot with missed assignments, but that time has kind of passed with us and your grades have not been finalized yet. This is a big week for grades because of the multimedia project, but I also have other grades that I need to upload, right? So now's not the time to panic. But as you see those grades updated, the only thing to email me about is if you see something that causes you to question the grade that you received, not an email that asks if you can submit something that was due 14 weeks ago, that kind of thing, right? Those opportunities have definitely passed. And hopefully everyone took advantage of those, right, when they were available. So you're watching what will appear here. I've put the multimedia project video and the guidelines here for you to review. I cannot stress this enough. Some of the questions I've received about the project are answered in this video. So it's not a bad idea just to take some time to review that video, to see the examples that are provided there, because it's helpful before you submit any academic assignment to review the guidelines. And the video goes through those, but of course you can look at the printed version here. All right, so here's the link to the multimedia project discussion area. I've included, again, the project guidelines in the video and offered you information about how to post. Now, I'm still going to get folks who do this incorrectly. So if you see someone else do this, you can politely and in a very friendly tone let them know that this is what they need to do. But ultimately, you are responsible for your own work, right? So what you're going to do is start a new thread. You're going to put your name as the subject line, right? And this is where you're going to paste those 3 paragraphs that are required for the assignment, okay? The paragraphs go here. They are not included in a PowerPoint if you created a PowerPoint. They're not in a short story document. They're not anywhere but in this area right here. And then you'll upload whatever it is that you've created, right? A PowerPoint, anything like that. So make sure that you've done that. Now, the only kind of alternative is for those of you who created videos. So you'll want to include a video link right here, right? Because you can't upload a file if it's a video link. So just make sure that you're double checking those guidelines. And I can't stress enough that MLA is a big part of this. Your project overall is worth 175 points. Most of that is to those paragraphs which require MLA formatting guidelines. So make sure you're double checking that, hit up a tutor if you need some help, do whatever it is you need to do to double check so you can earn the best possible grade there. All right, so I do want to jump back to the idea of the multimedia project plan because I'm telling you, I think 99 out of 100 of your plans were great. You're giving me an idea of what your project is. There were a few who you let me know that you were doing something like a PowerPoint, but I have no idea what was going to be included in that PowerPoint. So my hope is that it is following the guidelines, you're meeting those expectations. And then there were just a very slight few who explained a project where I did not see the connection between the actual creative part and the source that you chose in our class, right? So remember that your overall goal is to look at a source or idea that we've covered this semester and create something from that, right? That is that source. So like say Amy Choi's article, that article is the seed for the idea that you then created and depicted in a piece of artwork, right? That connection needs to absolutely be clear, not only to your colleagues when they go to offer their feedback, but for your overall grade that you've earned, right, that I take a look at. So just make sure that the connection between our class and our ideas in the class and what you created are super clear. This is one of those times when I love grading these projects. It's exciting for me to see how creative y'all can get, but I also get a little stressed because your grade really depends on those guidelines and expectations, which is why I really think it's a good idea to go back and take a look at that video just to make sure that you are hitting those guidelines and instructions. All right, that's it for this week. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Again, can't wait to see what you've produced in your assignments. Make sure you're taking a look at the feedback in your assignment area for the multimedia project plan, right? If you don't see that, then it's coming. Everybody should be visible by now. So let me know if you're not seeing it by Monday morning when you see this video. All right, y'all, good luck. Can't wait. And let me know what you need.